You have to educate your life to wake up as a leader. This opportunity that I found is an opportunity that is focused on waking up my soul. Today, I'm going to tell you what I did. I connected into the education program just like you. I submerged myself. My last job in corporate America, I made $60,000 as a mid level manager, and I thought I was Garth Brooks. But the reality is, I was asleep. I was asleep. I was living my life asleep on the inside. Today, I'm going to give you keys and secrets to this business so that you can learn something. The first thing that is important to understand is that the industry of network marketing is precious. Learn about network marketing. Those of you who are invited here for the first time, ask the person who brought you here, what is network marketing? Give me information about network marketing. I've never heard of network marketing, and I have no idea what network marketing is. Look, I studied over 20 years in the traditional education system, and I had never heard of network marketing. I was absolutely asleep with that. What I'm going to do is tell you all the secrets so network marketing will work for you. First of all, it's very clear to me today that I was living in a world asleep. When I started, I was told I needed to attend the next event. So I followed the advice and I attended my first event. I was given information and it was stressed upon me to start reading books. The problem with this is I was not a reader. So I learned very early on that I had to form the habits to create discipline. It's not easy, but it can be done. I am living proof that you can create any habits and disciplines that you want. The only book I read from cover to cover was in 11th grade, The Great Gatsby, for a major test grade that semester. I read the book, and a friend of mine came over to my house, and I told him all about the book because he didn't read it. We had the same class. My friend and I wrote papers on the same book and turned it in for a grade. And guess what happened? When the grades came back, he made an A and I made a C. Go figure. Very early when I started this education program, it was clear to me that I was going through this world asleep. I don't know if you've seen those indigenous people who wrap their kids up in a blanket. The kids are covered up inside of the blanket that mom is wearing. That is how I felt when I came into the business. I was asleep. When I went to my first event, one of the leaders who spoke was a brilliant leader. He was spectacular. I had just connected into the education program and started listening to the CDs. I thought, goodness gracious, I'm asleep. Soon, I started to lower the cover. I started to pull down the cover I was bundled up in. They brought me to another event and boom, I lowered all the covers. Then I took the blanket completely off. But when you take the cover off, you stay sleepy. So you have the urge to put the blanket on and go back to sleep. Normally, a person will hear the information and start to read the books. It's equally important to attend the events. I was also told there are events held around the world, and there are books written by leaders around the world that talk about network marketing. The truth is, there are thousands of conferences each year that show people how to become a business person and how to dream. When I understood this information, I started to take the cover off, but kept on wanting to go to sleep. I saw people at these events that were smiling. They looked good and felt good. And I had never seen people like this together on the outside in the workplace. I needed to know more. I wanted to learn how to smile. I wanted to feel better on the inside. I wanted to learn how to live with my head held up. I wanted peace amidst the chaos that was happening in my life. These leaders have all of these qualities, and they are telling me how they got it. I was never good in math, but this was adding up and making sense to me. So I started to study and I began to learn the discipline and habits that are needed to make it in this business. But most importantly, I came to the events and I would sit there like a student and take notes. The events gave me the strength inside to stand a bit taller, and I could feel that I began to wake up. It took away my sleep. I have seen that a lot of people will go to an event and have a good time. They are happy with bright smiles on their faces. People take lots of notes because these events is where you learn how to become a business person and how to dream. The speakers on stage are all rich. Everyone speaking has a successful business, and they will share with you the keys and secrets of the business. So, what happens is people will read a book and start to take the blanket off, and the excitement never goes away. We do something that is called a convention. I always recommend to people I meet to go to the next convention when you sign up. It is better to go right away anyways because you can see and feel what this company is all about. It will save you time and money in the long run if you go early because after experiencing a convention, you will know whether or not if this is for you. Things will be very clear to you. I wish it was possible for you to feel the experience right now. I wish there was a phone booth you could step into so you could feel and experience just how great it is. The convention is something that is spectacular. At these events, people find out that they are asleep. So I went to another convention, and when it was over, I said, no, this is incredible. This is an incredible opportunity. People will leave running to tell their prospects all about it. One thing I notice is that the majority leave the convention excited and ready to go conquer the world. And in a month, they begin to go back to sleep again. They go to the convention, and then they go to sleep again. So today I understand how this business works. There are people who are asleep that wake up just to return to go back to sleep again. There are people who wake up and they go back to sleep. There are people who are asleep who wake up and go back to sleep. There are people who are asleep who wake up and what do? They go back to sleep. This happens because the dream is hard to take away. Decade after decade after decade, the routine of life keeps people asleep. The TV, along with negative people, will pump fear into you if you do not learn to start protecting your dreams. The naysayers will tell you things that will cause you to go back to old habits. It is your sole responsibility to develop the habits and disciplines to make this business work for you. And when the time arrives, you will be rewarded for the rest of your life because you stood tall. When life's adversities hit you, you will be strong enough to hold on to your faith and hold on to your belief that it will happen. So my question is, what are your habits? Do your habits today get you closer to achieving your dreams and goals? This is something very, very important to take a look at. Traditional business is reserved for a few privileged people who create jobs so you can work for the rest of your life. These careers will give you a wage or salary to pay bills each month and barely get by. So a question to ask is, why do I have to have a career? The result of traditional careers is that people live absolutely asleep. So, in my case, what I did right away was connect into the education program. And very quickly, I began to wake up. I began to wake up absolutely bit by bit, a little 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 bit. I began to wake up. I was born in Corpus Christi, Texas, in a house that was built in 1943 that cost $11,000 to build. Now, what I want to do is talk to you about the power of network marketing. I saw this opportunity 8 years ago and I began to appreciate what network marketing is. I began to value what Amway is. I started to understand what this company is, and I was able to see the game clearly. I wanted to know what are the principles that this business has. I wanted to know how network marketing works, and I began to learn from professors who are all rich and free. Professors who have the habits and discipline that it takes to become financially free in this business. So when they talk, I listen because all I have to do is what they say and do what they did. What I'm trying to say is that I do not have any special privileges. And now, when I see the books that work in this business, they will only work if you wake up. He is asleep. He's more asleep than the rest of them, but he can wake up. You have to give people a kick in the butt sometimes so they can wake up. People can wake up, and the incredible part is we have the best thing to wake you up, and it is the education program. So that is what I did. My upbringing was maybe more humble than many of the people who are here today. That is why I love this opportunity that each of us have in front of us. I was born in a house that cost $11,000 to build, and it does not matter. It does not matter where you came from. If you have rich parents or you do not have rich parents, it doesn't matter. If you have not had an opportunity in your life, it does not matter. I was working in a career when I finished studying at the university, and I know now that I was asleep. I had woken up a little bit, but not much. Really, what I was living was a nightmare. I was trying and trying to wake up, but I did not know how to wake up. What really woke me up, and I give all the credit to, was the education program in this business of Amway. It was the education program that Amway has. Obviously, I did not wake up all the way, but I am waking up. Every day I am waking up, little by little, step by step, day by day. Every day I learn how to wake up more. Every day I'm educating myself more. So now I'm going to talk to you like a teacher would. Someone who is invited here for the first time, I'm telling you that you can do it. Today, the smartest thing to do is have your own business. The smartest thing to do is have your own business. It is necessary to have your own business. In today's economy, it is necessary to have your own business. There are people who do this opportunity and don't do it with the passion that is needed. Today, people are not aware that it is important to have your own business because the traditional world has absolutely changed and it will never be the same. The traditional world will not offer employment like before. Employment is changing. Thank God we are not going to have employment like before. The children are not going to have employment like we did decades ago. Today, we live in what is called the information age of learning. We do not live in the era of employment. We live in the information age of learning. I understood this very clearly as I read the books needed in this business. Today, we live in what is called the information age. The majority of the children, adults, and parents are not trained in learning. Learning is to wake up. Learning is waking up. Learning is to wake up. I talk to everyone about this opportunity because it is incredible. All it takes is for people to wake up a little bit. All it takes is for you to wake up just a tiny bit. It requires us to all wake up a little bit. I thought back on the books that I read and I was able to visualize it. It will happen to you too. You're gonna see it. It will be the same for you. It will happen to you too. You're gonna be able to see it. It will be the same for you. And what I'm trying to say is that the important thing to do is think about it. The important thing to do is imagine it. It is important to believe it. It is important to dream it. If you can dream it, you can achieve it. What I'm saying is that if you are educated like a business person, everything will change in your life. If the people are educated like business people, things will change. 8 years ago, I was a pessimist. I used to complain about life. 8 years ago, I thought that there were no opportunities to get ahead. But today, I think the exact opposite. I love the heat in Texas. I love the potholes in the street. I love the people. I love it. Living in Texas is marvelous. People here do not steal, they don't attack, they don't gossip. It's incredible. It's brilliant. And I figured out that it has been 8 years since I've watched the TV or the news. It's been 8 years since I've watched the news. It's been 8 years since I've watched the TV or listened to the radio. It was just last week when I found out Michael Jackson had died. That same day, I found out that the Pope is from Argentina and is not John Paul II, and that Obama is not the president anymore. I just found this out, and none of this is important to me. It does not matter who the president is because I am not focused on seeing the negative side of things. I have 8 years focused on dreaming, 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 and dreaming. I'm focused on getting people from the outside and showing them how to dream. Finding people from the outside and getting them to dream. 8 years focused on dreaming. 8 years. 8 years focused on dreaming. So, those of you who are new, look at the beautiful things that we do. Number one, wake up. Because there are people that will say, I am awake, and I already know that you're asleep. This is the enormous advantage of waking up. 8 years ago, I was introduced to network marketing and I started to read the books and I listened to all the audios that I could get my hands on. I went to an event and I discovered it was the same as finding gold in the earth. Network marketing is an industry that is undiscovered by many people. To me, network marketing is gold that needs to be found and then extracted. I got so excited with the business that I began to construct it. When I was ready to share this business with my friends, I went and told them about it. I would go to the house of a friend and I would say, look how incredible this is, and tell them about it. They would say they liked it. We were super enthusiastic and we began the journey. That is how I shared the plan with my network. A year after I started to work this business, I decided to move to North Texas all by myself with no friends. What I saw was millions of people that were asleep. How nice is that? All of them watching TV, and I started the challenge to meet nice people, to see who dreams, to say hello to people. And the one who smiled, I would be their friend. Let's be friends. Yes, 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 yes. Once I became friends, I told him to listen to this. I would tell them this is like digital marijuana. I would give audios to people and they would start to get crazy. They started to say, wow, what is that? It is to dream. This is an opportunity for you to learn how to dream. It's a vehicle that gives anyone the opportunity to construct a legitimate business. It is to construct your own business, and you are a piece of that miracle. Many of you will have a business that expands all over the world. And what I want to do is tell the people that are here, if you want to have an incredible business, you must learn about network marketing. You have to check into network marketing. To me, it's incredible that people have not checked network marketing. If you want to have your own business, this is the vehicle for the information age. No employees, no overhead, no real estate property, no inventory, no insurance premiums. You do not depend on employees showing up ready to work. And also, no bank loans. You are in charge of your future. The same principles apply if you want to become an artist. There too, you will be required to study and learn the craft. If your dream is to become a classical pianist, you must put in the work. So what happens is you will begin to dedicate yourself to find out how to become a successful network marketer. The information I am giving you is valid for those people who want to have their own business, because network marketing is an idea to have a business. This is an idea to be a business person. What I can clearly say is that network marketing is precious. Network marketing is incredible for one main reason. This business gives you the possibility to construct your own organization. The secrets and riches of the business will show you how to contact and communicate with the people. It shows you how to expand the idea of having a business with a system that already exists. This opportunity leads you to the manufacturer, which includes software and a system that is used all over the world. This system is in over 100 countries, and people use it to expand their business. What is up with that? Does that sound good? There is a software that is on a worldwide level. This is a business idea that is the same in 100 countries, with 5,000 professors that will train you so that you become good. When I understood this, I was very impressed and knew that it makes sense. What type of information do those professors have? The first thing is they're all rich. Great, because I'm tired of having poor professors. For me, it was disappointing that all of my university professors were poor. It is so disappointing to go to school at the university and be taught by a professor that does not have money. How disappointing is that? Do they show us how to be successful? No, because that is difficult to do. How disappointing is it that the university offers to teach students about business and the professors themselves do not have a business? The university provides an education that teaches information through classes where the professors themselves have never done it. Well, guess what, folks? I have found an education model, and you will find an education model where the 5,000 professors have a business that is worldwide. In this education program, all of the professors are owners of a business that is proven around the world. Businesses that are big, and they will train you. They will train you so that you can better form your character, so that you can become good. Do this business so you can become a champion. Take control of your life and get the information. Make it a priority to become good at contacting others, because the project consists of expanding this idea with others. The only thing that you must do is to change the brands that you consume today over to the brands that this business has. Nothing else. Okay, so I don't have to invest money and everyone starts out the same. There is no money or capital that you have to invest in network marketing as opposed to a traditional business. A legitimate network marketing business does not require for people to make an economic investment to learn. So if you have a job, do not stop what you're doing to do this business. Start this business because you do not have to make an investment. Do you follow me? So at this point, you start to consume. What do you consume? You consume what you use in your house for your kids and for your spouse. You change brands of products and now you consume products from this business. Every time you consume, you get points. You buy at cost and they give you points. Next, they will tell you to educate yourself. Wake up. Your challenge is to wake up other zombies like you. Look for zombies that are nice and wake them up. I thought, oh no, let me do that. So the work is to wake up and look for another zombie to wake them up. I have looked for zombies and I have tried to wake them up. And I will find out, oh, no, 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 no. They're too asleep. Take it easy. I've had a lot of difficulty also. Do you understand me? I will meet people that are too asleep. So the only thing that we must learn is to wake up. No, 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 no. That one is too asleep. Don't kick them if they're too asleep, but tell them God bless you. Another thing you're going to look for is people that are less asleep or they want to wake up. Look for someone who's restless. When you find someone, you bring them into the business and you connect them to this education program where 6 million people around the world are awake. This system begins to wake up the partners in your business and you do not have to pay for that. It is a system that you do not pay for. When they told me the business works like this, I thought, what a great system. Clearly, there must be zombies in Texas. I was bright eyed and I began to go. I started my path, and the people would tell me, you're walking different. What's going on? It's because I'm waking up. The same thing is going to happen to you. When you start to meet people, they will begin to join the business. And when I find people, I wake them up and connect them to the education program. When this happens, that person will stay with you for the rest of your life. They stay with you for the rest of their life. They stay for the rest of their life. So this project is nothing more and nothing less than to find talented humans, and that is why you have to be awake. We find talented people so that they will learn and become business people. Tell me, how much do you think a project is worth where you have thousands of partners? How much do you think it's worth where you do not have employees, where the income luxuries that you receive don't come from working a job with a salary and work environment that makes you unhappy? This is thousands of people who dream and are getting educated to make each day better and to learn the same way that you do. Guess how business works outside? Traditional business is when the rich have money and then they pay you to work and you stay poor your entire life. In network marketing, you get educated and you start to wake up. You start this business by connecting to an education program so you can wake up like I did. This is a business model for the information age that we live in today. The riches come when you measure how many people you have awakened. Once I wake you up and you start to wake up other zombies, is when the action starts. So there are zombies that are waking up. Wake up, zombies. Wake up, wake up, zombies. Wake up, zombies. I went with the first zombie and I said, goodness gracious, you're asleep. Come with me and I'll wake you up. I started to wake people up. People began to wake up. I shared with people what this project was about, and this is what happened to me. I started my business for $100, and the only thing I had to do was consume. Every time we consumed, they gave me points. So I would consume 100 points, and look at what has happened. Look at what has happened. Just take a look. Look around. It began to grow. I began to tell more. People would ask me, what is it that you do? My response to people is, I am constructing franchises on the internet. How is that so? They will tell me. I have a business based on the internet that operates by starting franchises. And they will say, explain that to me. I would sit down and explain it to them. If you've ever wanted to have a business that is very nice, this is a precious business. Each person owns their own personal franchise. All of these people are owners of their own personal franchise, and they have the possibility to create thousands of these franchises in the world. You count up all of the personal franchises together, and the company will pay you for the rest of your life. Each personal franchise consumes product, and based on your organization's consumption, the company calculates the points each month. Amway, who is the owner of the project, generates monthly payments where it will blow your mind. At some point in this journey, you will begin to question things that you are doing in your life. This is one of the problems of society today. People do not like to think. The majority of people are not thinking. My question is, why are the Greeks so important? They are important to Western civilization because the Greeks were thinkers. The Greeks began to learn that they had a right to question everything. Why are you running over here and you're not running over there? That is called philosophy. This is how Isaac Newton created the theory of gravity, because he was sitting at an estate in London, July 5th, 1687, and he saw an apple fall from a tree. And no one ever had thought about the reason why the apple fell to the ground every time. Newton asked the following question: why does the apple fall to the ground every time? He began to investigate why the apple fell, and from there he formulated the theory of gravity. If we would have seen the apple fall, we would have said, "Oh, I'm thinking about eating an apple tomorrow for lunch." I'm sure that we wouldn't have thought about anything of significance. You understand what I'm saying? That is why I like this project, because it educates. This project will ask you to think. Sometimes questions like these come to mind. Why am I working as an employee? Why am I working on a salary? Why do I have to work for the next 45 years? Kids today are asking, why do I have to go to school? Normally, the mother will respond, so one day you can be like me. Why do I have to go to school? Young people are starting to ask. Why do I have to have a career? Look at the people who have careers. Ask yourself, why in the world do I have to do a career? I started to ask those questions. Why do I have to work for a salary? Who said I had to make that much money? How come I can't earn unlimited if I put the work in? Why can't I live the way I want to? Why can't I buy what I want? Why? Questions. That is called philosophy. A big question to ask is, why do I have to take a shower at 5 a.m. to go to work? Why? Why do we have to get into a car and go to work? We fight early morning and afternoon traffic, so what we have to do is return to philosophy again. In this business, we begin to take out the non-helpful things in our life. I used to give myself away, and I educated myself. This business is marvelous for your kids and for you. This education is marvelous for your life. It's marvelous to educate your mind to dream. It's marvelous for you to commit. I am not the best. What happened is I am the most committed. So if you commit yourself, I will show you how to win. If you commit, if you commit, if you commit, if you commit, you will do what you want to in this business. You are going to create a business that is based on talented people, that is designed for the new economy, based in the modern age, based on technology, based on an industry that is the most incredible business model ever created, and it is called network marketing. Feel proud to construct this business. Feel committed. Feel completely passionate constructing this business, because the majority of people don't do it with passion. I promise you that everyone who does this with passion will have success. 100% of the people have success who do it with passion. Not one person who commits fails. Not one person who commits fails. This project is to educate people. Meetings are every week on Tuesday at 7 p.m. 3 or 4 years ago, they told me that there's this brilliant guy that is a manager. He is an employee of a company but is on a high level. The superior mother of all, they tell me he is. Ready? Well, let's go over there because I am awake and I saw him, and right away I knew he was asleep. He's asleep. I began to tell him what network marketing is. He said, I'm not interested because I am a manager of one of those companies and they love me here. Ah, your employer loves you. They love you. Be sure of that they love you. My employer loved me as well. I talked to him about network marketing. He said, I'm not interested because I'm committed to this company. He stood up in his office and told me where he went to school. He proceeded to share with me that he has postgraduates from the best schools. I knew that he has no idea and that he is asleep. He's asleep. I knew he was asleep. So what I did was is I left him audios. He told me he was not interested. I told him, Edward, this is not for you. You make $9,000 per month with this company, and this is not for you. I started to observe his office. I said, what beautiful desk you have here. That is so nice. They told me you have small children. He responded, do you know why I don't get into this business? I don't do it because I'm afraid that if I like it, I will leave everything. I'm scared that I will like it. When I like something, I get passionate and I dedicate my life to it. That is why I don't do it, because I see people are intense about that. Well, Edward, my gut tells me this is not for you. We're going to do something though. Get in just to consume, only so you will buy your products for your house. Sign here only so you will consume. And he told me, you're going to put me in the business, aren't you? I said, only to consume. I had to do it because I knew I just found a diamond. The only thing that is happening is that he is asleep. I went to his house and left him a packet of audios. He listened to all of them and wanted to come live at my house. He called me right away and he said, Orlando, I want you to talk with me. I am on fire, he told me. I'm on fire. I am on fire. And he is going to be one of the most important leaders in this business. That is how you construct the business of Amway, and you can do it also. It is marvelous. Dream big and help people. Help people dream, because you have not found something more incredible to help people and help them dream. Thank you very much. God bless. See you soon.